Okay, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you exactly how I structure my Clay workflow to obviously clean, enrich the data, kind of organize everything, personalize everything so we can go ahead and send the emails out. Now, obviously, if you didn't watch my previous video, we obviously are supposed to scrape the leads first. You verify your searches in Apollo, go ahead and scrape them in Appify, and then you implement it in here. Okay, assuming that you've done that, this is the next step, which is going to be the Clay. So after you import the data from Clay, just imagine this is a blank sheet, basically, and I already showed you how to do that on Appify, but I'll show you how to do it again. Basically, just click Actions, click Sources, and then import from CSV, and then you import the data in here. Okay, so after you import the data, obviously you're not going to see all this right here, but essentially what I like to do and what Appify does is it lets you select the columns that you actually want. Okay, so me personally, first name, the job title, just to make sure they are a decision maker, the company name, the email, and then we have the company website, and then we have the company domain. Okay, and the company LinkedIn as well, just in case you want to reach out via LinkedIn. But this is essentially all the data that I need to send a personalized email. Okay, now there's a couple steps that we need to take to make sure that all the data we have is actually validated, so we can personalize it to our best ability and send these emails out. Okay, now step number one is going to be to validate the emails. Okay, so imagine this column isn't right here. Essentially, the emails go right here, and you integrate zero bounce to validate these emails. So what's going to happen is imagine none of these check marks are here. Okay, you're going to want to validate these first. So essentially, what you do is you just click. We'll click play right there. It's going to be queued, validated email. Okay. Now, the reason why we validate the emails first is because we don't want to waste a bunch of credits, validating everything for a company. If we like the email that we're sending them, they're not going to even get because they don't have a valid email. Okay, that's what we don't want to do. Obviously, it's going to save money, save time, and everything like that. Okay, so essentially, what you could do is I like to run 10 at a time, just to make sure nothing else is going on. But after you run 10 at a time, then you could just force run all the columns here. You do that by clicking this, run the column, force run all rows. Okay. Now, this is super critical. After you validate the emails, the next step that you want to do is confirm the ICP. Okay. Confirm that they are your ICP so that you make sure this is valid. So that I do that by using this ICP agent. It's going to be, let me see here. I believe it's okay. So it's ChatGPT 5 Mini. Obviously, I just give it a prompt here, and it goes essentially what this ICP agent does is it goes into their company website and it scans their website to validate that they're one B2C or B2B. If they're B2C, obviously we don't want to be working with B2C companies. We only want to be working with B2B companies. So that's essentially what number one, what it's looking for. And it's also looking for that they are a staffing and recruiting agency. This lead list is going to be staffing and recruiting. Okay, so that's my ICP here. Now, after you validate the ICP, it's super simple again. You just obviously click this, run all the rows, everything like that. Okay. Now, after that, essentially, after confirming the ICP, now we want to get into personalization. Okay. Now, how I do personalization is first step is cleaning the company name. Okay. Now, you may be asking, why do we want to clean the company name? Like, what is that even for? So I use ChatGPT to clean the company name to take out all LLCs, incorporations, etc., to make sure that I can actually add personalization. It's not going to seem spammy. It's not going to seem body, and everything like that. Okay, for example, InSource Group LLC, just InSource Group. Okay, so it's taking away the LLC so we can actually make this personalized and use the company name in a personalized conversation, basically. Okay, so same steps as we done before. Obviously, you can run the first 10 rows first just to make sure nothing's off with the prompt or anything like that. and then you could just force run all 961 rows or however much leads you have. This is only 1,000. It's just a test one. Uh, but after that, after you clean the company name, or after you validate the emails, you confirm your ICP, you clean the company name. Now we want to get more into personalization. Okay. So essentially, I have a website summary. Now, this AI is actually going into their website, scraping the entire website, um, just to make the email that I'm going to send them more personalized to this customer. We don't ever want to send out thousands of emails that look exactly the same, because that's how you end up in the spam. Okay, so you're going to integrate this into Clay. This is also ChatGPT 5 mini, I believe, or 4 mini. And we are going to run the company website and figure out, the achievements they have, any case studies, congratulations, something like that, something along the lines of that. Okay. So it's super simple. Again, just click to run. And let me see here. So we'll just give that a second to run. But essentially, after this is done running here, let's give it a second. As you see, I've already done one here, just a test one. And now while that's running, we can see if there's anything else that we can do in the meantime. But looks like we've gone over everything. So essentially, after this finishes, it's going to look something like this. Okay. It's going to give a response. It's going to give a reasoning for the response. Okay. Now, after that, then we go to structured company summary. Okay. Now, what this does is it summarizes the summary and takes out the key points and everything like that. Okay. So we would run that. Obviously, it's going to tailor that. And then essentially what we do from there is we are going to do first line personalization, okay, which is basically essentially like an icebreaker. And now what this does is this runs the company or the structured company summary, and it makes it the first line icebreaker personalized to them. Okay. So after you run that, it's going to look something like this. The icebreaker right here. So on your website, you have over 35 years combined experience helping, outdoor companies fill key roles. Okay, perfect icebreaker right there. Now, as you see, this is done right here. Summarized it, everything like that. Obviously, after this, I would click this, and then I would make a first line personalization. Okay. Now, essentially, after that, you guys are going to be finished. And essentially what you do is we need to import this to Smart Lead now to start sending our emails out, everything like that. How you do that, you just click exports, download CSV, and then you just upload the CSV to Smart Lead with all your leads ready to send personalized emails, with all the information that you gathered and scraped from the company website. Okay. Now, this is a custom Clay table that I have made. So if you guys have like any questions, anything like that, I'm more than happy to make another video on how I actually obviously clean the Clay table, how I integrate all the GPTs, everything like that. But that's going to be pretty much it. And that is my exact Clay workflow that I use to personalize thousands of leads in under 10 to 15 minutes.